Hey everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Capital City Sports. My name is Alyssa Lang. We're going to start by talking a little Gamecock football. The squad traveled to Athens this past Saturday to take on the Georgia Bulldogs. Our own Jeremy Urso was there and he has your highlights.
Hello everybody, we are here at Sanford Stadium where the Carolina Gamecocks took on the Georgia Bulldogs. Last year's game, as most people know, was a historic one for South Carolina school history. Ace Sanders had that amazing punt return. Connor Shaw threw for 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, and the rest is history. This year, however, the Georgia Bulldogs are entering with a record of 0-1, losing their last game to ACC team Clemson. Georgia quarterback Aaron Murray has lost to the Gamecocks in the last 3 seasons. Would this season be a 4th loss for quarterback Aaron Murray, or would he finally have redemption and give his team a much-needed win to bring them back into SEC championship contention? Let's take a look at the highlight.
The Georgia Bulldogs were seeking for revenge after last year's embarrassing loss against the Gamecocks on College game day. Here, Aaron Murray is getting ready as he looks to get his first win against USC. Gamecocks, on the other hand, looking to build momentum as Clowney looks to have a better performance than last week's game against UNC. The Gamecocks had possession of the ball first and settled for a field goal, but Georgia would respond as Aaron Murray completes a 32-yard pass to Michael Bennett. Later in the drive, Murray's pass is complete for a 3-yard touchdown. Georgia leads 7-3. Georgia would later score a field goal, and after an onside recovery kick, Keith Marshall makes the catch for another Georgia touchdown. USC trails by 2 touchdowns, and they need to put some points on the scoreboard. And put some points on the scoreboard they would as Connor Shaw scrambles around and runs out of bounds to pick up 20 yards. And this would set up a 7-yard rushing touchdown by Brandon Wilds. South Carolina narrows the lead 17-10. USC was able to stop Georgia on its next drive, and after a failed punt attempt, Carolina has the ball on the opponent 18. The following play, Shaw throws a touchdown pass to Nick Jones, and USC is back in the game. The score is tied at 17 apiece. However, Georgia responds back as Aaron Murray throws for the first down. He threw for a total of 309 yards in the game. And later in the drive, Todd Gurley runs with the ball for a 2-yard touchdown. UGA retakes the lead and is up by 7. Carolina drives down the field with 1:38 remaining in the first half, and it's Nick Jones who comes up with his second touchdown reception of the game. We go to halftime with a score of 24-24. Coaches say that turnovers are key in every game, and early in the third quarter, Shaw decides to run with the ball, but then fumbles and Georgia has possession. Georgia scored a field goal on its next drive. USC's offense began slowing down in the second half, and here Murray is on the run and makes a Johnny Football-type play as he throws into the end zone and connects with Todd Gurley. Georgia leads 34-24. But Mike Davis's competitive spirit would not burn out as he runs for 75 yards to the Georgia 5-yard line. Davis ran for 149 yards during Saturday's game. And this sets up for the speed option in the fourth quarter as Shaw laterals the ball to Davis for the touchdown. However, USC's extra point attempt was no good, and the score is 34-30, Georgia. Unfortunately for the Gamecocks, it appears that victory is far from reach when Aaron Murray connects with a wide-open Justin Scott Wesley for an 85-yard touchdown. USC trails 41-30. The Gamecocks are trying to make a final stand when it's 4th and 1 in the red zone, but this time Georgia's defense reads the speed option and South Carolina does not get the touchdown. Georgia would run out the clock, and the Gamecocks lose this one in Georgia 41-30.
South Carolina's lack of defense proved to be a factor in the game, allowing 538 yards, and Jadeveon Clowney only had 1 sack, not living up to Heisman expectations. Former Georgia football player and former professional wrestler Bill Goldberg always used to say the phrase, "Who's next?" Well, who's next for the Gamecocks? The answer to that is Vanderbilt. As the Gamecocks look to build momentum and with a little help around the NCAA, still have a chance of making the SEC championship. On behalf of Capital City Sports, I'm Jeremy Urso.
The men's soccer team took on High Point University at Stone Stadium on Friday night. Jeremy Urso was also there, and again, he has your highlight.
This past Friday, the men's soccer team took on High Point University. Entering the matchup, High Point University had an overall record of 0-2 and allowed a total of 8 goals. Could South Carolina pull off the victory? Let's take a look at the highlight. On Saturday, the Gamecocks played against High Point University, looking to bounce back after a devastating loss to Clemson in double overtime. Let's get to the action. The Gamecocks had a chance to score early in the game, but Steven Anderson hits the post, the ball goes wide, and High Point kicks it out of play. Then Adam Storm headbutts the ball into the net off the corner kick during the 37th minute of the game. High Point leads 1-0. However, that lead would only last for 27 seconds as High Point accidentally kicks the ball into their own net. The Gamecocks tie the game off of the own goal. The Gamecocks would take the lead 2-1 early in the second half, and then it's Asa Chris kicking it wide past the goalie to bring his team up 3-1. The Gamecock offense would not stop at 3 goals when they drive down the field and J.P. Rafferty kicks the ball right down the middle of Main Street, and the score is now 4-1. USC is making it look easy as Hunter Wire heads the ball into the net off the assist from Curtis Turner. The Gamecocks now lead by 4. Towards the end of the game, High Point would narrow the lead 5-2 as they get the goal off of the penalty kick. However, this would not be enough and South Carolina wins the game. South Carolina improves their overall record to 2-1. On behalf of Capital City Sports, I'm Jeremy Urso.
The men will take on Coastal Carolina on Tuesday night. That will do it for all of us here at Capital City Sports. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at CCS on SGTV and like us on Facebook by searching CCS on SGTV. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.